Peace and prosperity to the world. Thank y'all for tuning in to Dear America. Make sure y'all hit them likes, subscribe, all that. Keep rocking with me, But I'm going to jump straight into it because this is what y'all here for. Gene Deal back at it again, right? Same thing he did to Puff. He's trying to do to 50 now. He feel like he got enough evidence on 50 to be able to tell stories and extort 50 out of money to be able to hush him up because 50 is in a vulnerable state right now, and Gene not stupid. Fat Boy, the only thing, he don't got no other hustle. The only thing he could do is sit around and plot on people, and extortion is his game. Extortion always been Gene Deal game. If you ask anybody that know him, information and extortion always been his thing of how he get money. You know what I'm saying? Keeping hush-hush and all that stuff. So he know that's a way right now with him being the age that he at, that he could be able to get money out of people. And it didn't work with Puff, but it turned the alumni and everybody else against Puff. You got to think about it, man. They was some sorority shit, though. And there's certain people that was in a sorority that didn't like Puff that was able to just give Gene Deal this narrative to run off with. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no different than Baby, you know what I'm saying, from Cash Money Brother. The dude that just got out, Terrence Gangster Williams. What he doing now, he's really trying to extort Baby. That's why he got old girl and everybody else doing these interviews about Birdman and everything else, about his life and everything else, about how he's scandalous and ain't pay her and all this, because really she's working for him and he put her up to it. But back to the story about Gene Deal, that's a whole nother situation. And me personally, I feel this way before I continue. If you have priorities, you have bills to pay, you're not in a situation to really be able to stand on your own too, you having problems in your life on a higher level, then I think basically YouTube shouldn't be anything that you should be viewing or watching or have time to know what other people doing in life anyways. But if life permits you to be able to capture things in the moment and realize the truths when you watch things and you observe things and be able to share things, then more power to you. But back to the topic though, right? So Gene Deal, right? The fat motherfucker can't do shit else but live off a pension. So he know the only thing he could do is talk about Puff. Since Puff in this situation right now, and the narrative is already painted, and he can't go no further with the situation, who do we turn on? The person that's about to get criticized the most in the industry. Not just because he's about to catch vibes of the Irv Gotti ghost, because he gonna feel the ripple effect off of that, believe me. Irv left too much money and too much people in position. Believe me, Irv is not a fool, man. And his brother, he's a mastermind. And he don't promote his business out there. But the thing is, people saying, oh, well, people know that Irv, people know that Irv, the one that set up 50, whatever. They seen each other multiple different times on planes and different places and everything else. And there never was a problem with 50 Cent. My thing is, when you deal with a lot of emotional male, no matter if they got money, no matter if they have a certain image of being tough or whatever the case may be, they make emotional decisions. And if it's not for other people to empower them, they will destruct everything around them. And so when a person be able to put themselves, able to create their own position, it's the ripple effect. Everything crumble around them. It's like kicking every Fortune 500 person out of their company and giving it all to a whole bunch of niggas. In the next 5 years, where will those companies be? not even putting people on a superior of a white superior status above anything. It's just the position where we at in life and the times that we living in. We're not suitable to handle those things. We're not ready for that. You see what I'm saying? But 50 is in a situation where he's about to ripple. I mean, he's about to go down though, because Big Meech about to take him to court and sue him. Big Meech just waiting for the clout to keep building up so he could feel like his whole image is just tarnished just off of 50, and 50 can't prove it. So what that mean? A good cool 100 million off of 50? Believe me, that's the next situation with 50 Cent. He about to get sued by Big Meech. Believe it. Y'all just think a motherfucker on here just talking, man. Everything I say manifests and come to light for real. But Gene Deal is also a observing person where he talk a lot of bullshit, but it's like that stock that you bet on and you know that thing about to take off, but you put your money in too early. But then when you don't even pay no attention to it, or you just got it sitting around, maybe about 6 months to a year later, that thing just started taking off, and you be like, I knew it. You know what I'm saying? Is either that you was in place where you was able to benefit off of it, or you miss out on the opportunity. In most of Gene Deal situations, he don't have his money where his mouth is, so he miss out on a whole bunch of his situations. I don't know if that's game or not for y'all, but hey, but check this out though, right? Gene Deal is not he is not gonna benefit off 50, because 50 is not gonna give in. He'll let Tony Yayo get everything before he give a dime to Gene Deal about trying to extort him out of things, because Gene Deal got more stories. And he feel like he could put 50 in a situation where he could tell on him about to other people about certain things, because he said, we used to be cool. We used to be real close during the most vulnerable times of 50 situation. That's like what people with me that was during the most vulnerable times in my situations where I was at odds with the world or at people, they could be able to identify my moves and say what I was and what and go do, just because they know of, you know what I'm saying, how I was moving, because they was with me during those times, you know what I'm saying, where I basically secluded the world away from me. But Gene Deal trying to use that to his best advantage, that's just like people trying to use it to my best advantage, and I mean to their best advantage against me, but they can't, because basically my closet, I left the door open, but 50, he closed the closet door, and he did a whole bunch of sneaky shit behind that. And plus, if you just go to listen to his album, just one song, it'll let you know everything and what's what, you know what I'm saying. They even use his album in court, you know what I'm saying, to convict people. So no matter if he telling or not, that was enough, and he felt like that was justifiable. So he just, instead of him just saying, if the feds ever release this information, then basically it's the same shit that's on my album. So, like Irv said, 50 been talking, and Gene Deal already know that 50 came to him for some type of protection because he was enforcement. So he's trying to use that to his advantage, because his whole narrative said 50 ain't snitched, 50 ain't snitched. And that's the way he trying to rail in 50 by saying, look, Gene Deal got my back to verify that I didn't tell on nothing. So basically, let me look out for him and hit his pockets. But 50 read the whole play was going on. So he ain't about to give Gene Deal a dime, but Gene Deal gonna end up giving up on him though. But the thing is, 50 gonna be at a downfall, because a lot of production companies ain't gonna want to deal with people that's dealing with an unfit situation, because that paint a picture for them as well. It's a lot that's going on right now that y'all not seeing. And I just think maybe he's going through his midlife crisis and his breakdown at this point, you know. But the thing is, he don't got no real man around him, because he's the toughest motherfucker and his weakest link. It's Tony Yayo, so he's a yes man. He's not gonna tell 50 what he need to know. He want to eat caviar pancakes, you know. So he's not gonna protect the best interest of the family. 50 is the best interest of the family. And when we go through our midlife crisis, which I never been through, and I don't know, but I've seen other men has fallen because they don't understand the vision, and no one can tell them anything because they feel they too powerful. Even if they do fall down to just only having 1 million, they feel like they still have it all because they always been in this egotistic mind frame. You know, that's why I put myself in situations where I already know my status. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm up here, but I put myself in situations sometimes where I do volunteer nonprofit where somebody's over me to be able to tell me, hey, I would like for you to do this and be able to put me on instructions. So basically, I can be able to minimize my position, you know what I'm saying? So I can know how I feel to be that employee instead of that employer. But I don't think 50 have scooped himself down to that because now he want to be where his employer's at. And the thing is, when we have that, we have to have a disciplined circle around us. But I don't want to get into his story because me personally, I do think that he's snitching. It's a lot of other things I could say about him, but it's a lot of other things people could say about me as well. So, but I want to go on the slithering slug that's trying to take advantage of everybody because he sold out Puff with the sorority brothers and he encouraged them and they had his back, and basically that's why people was able to start crumbling him from the inside because far as money and everything else, they couldn't deal with him no other ways. But to believe it, I think it's really a good shot of Puff coming home because the Rico, no. I mean, far as just sex and things of that nature, that's not a crime, but that's not a crime that you get a lifetime sentence for as well, neither. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever the media got going on, always throw y'all full head blow. You know, one ear out the other, bam, and y'all go for the shot every time. But like you said, you know, my release date gonna be bigger than Mandela. You feel me? Hey, man, Puff on to something, man. Y'all just can't, you know, miss out on him. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, anybody that's partying, having any sex things going on, whatever the case may be, that's their personal business. But the thing is, though, when you publicate it, that's everybody's business. But I don't feel sorry for nobody that call themselves victims of whatever the case may be. That's just like the Jeffrey Dahmer film that y'all show that they showed on Netflix, whatever. Like, I don't feel sorry for any of those victims besides the dude that offered to get him a ride because everybody else was just voluntarily wanted to party, have sex, and be outside their elements. And people be like, hold on, what you mean by that? Just because they decided to go um, to these random gay clubs and bars and have sex with random people that they don't know, and you know what I'm saying, without really physically getting to know them, going over random people's house without even knowing their surroundings, going over people's homes that's home smell like what the fuck is this, and you still want to have sex and everything else. That's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? People ain't even checking out their environments of who they dealing with. They probably go, you know, you go to somebody's bathroom and look in their toilet, shit rims and everything else, and you probably still eat the pussy. You know, it's just certain things of that nature where it's just so disgusting just to be in a person's presence and they don't even check out their surroundings. So I don't really feel sorry for those victims. Maybe it didn't play out like that. That was just a film, but how the film described it, that's the narrative I painted in my mind. Because if not, then I just think that just beyond star status, you know. But I just think Gene Deal is in a situation where he's trying to extort everybody in the industry. I mean, you got a couple other people that's trying to do the same thing, but that's not my conversation about them. You know what I'm saying? But Gene Deal is one of a kind when it comes to that, because to be honest with you, I think he go bite the hardest bullet. I think it's gonna be one ear out the other for Gene Deal. Seriously, just because I think the way that he's really trying to set up everybody, he's causing himself to be entrapped. People don't believe in entrapment laws, but that's why they created social media, so everybody can trap themselves. You know, everybody about to take a blast to the head, but it's gonna be a lot of other things that's going on with 50, revealing who he really is, his whole identity. So I just think he just need to start back being an employer instead of trying to be an employee. Start back being an employee instead of trying to be an employer. My bad. But that's my narrative, because I think that'd be the only thing that could save him at this point in time with protecting his career and just staying low key underneath the radar and just flying off and just being, in his own lane. Just go. Russell, send me your ass on out, or just live a quiet life and just go underneath the radar. Because the bigger you get, everybody want to bite of that sandwich. And you might not even get the biggest bite out of your own sandwich that you made. So, stack up, rise, and become powerful. That's the only thing I got. Peace.